Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you love Red Dead Redemption and are looking for similar games to play, this video can help you out. If you have played these games, tell me your opinion about them, and if you think some games are missing, let me know in comments. You can find more detail about the games in description. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hope you enjoyed this video.
Here's where the fun really begins.
Long before Red Dead Redemption developed an intricate system of survival mechanics, Metal Gear Solid 3 pioneered the idea of a man becoming one with nature and using it to his advantage. Both games have completely different settings, as Metal Gear Solid 3 focuses on warfare during the Cold War, but in terms of survival, the gameplay has a lot in common. The game's subtitle, Snake Eater, refers to a military operation, but it also has a dual meaning, as its main character can eat snakes for sustenance.
Stop!
Zelda is another game that might not seem like it has much of a connection to Red Dead Redemption. After all, Zelda is an all-ages fantasy adventure that's much different than Red Dead's dark, gritty, and violent gameplay. However, the aspect of surviving in the wilderness is very closely linked in both games. The weather plays a huge factor, as well as hunger. In fact, Zelda has arguably a better system for cooking food with an assortment of ingredients, something that becomes a bit of a chore in Red Dead Redemption.
That look on your face tells me.
On the one hand, Grand Theft Auto has a completely different setting than Red Dead Redemption. One takes place in a modern urban setting, while the other focuses on the Wild West during the turn of the century. However, both games are developed by Rockstar and more or less have very similar styles of gameplay. But besides the gameplay, they both share a lot of themes in common. Their stories and character arcs are all about surviving and making a path for oneself amidst a world of crime.
Get back! Years ago, his old posse shot him in the back.
The Gunstringer is a game that came out during Xbox's Kinect era. It takes place in a Wild West setting with cowboys and outlaws, but the game has a much more goofy and zany tone to it than Red Dead Redemption. Still, if one enjoys that setting and characters, then the game is still a great time. It's basically a rail shooter that has the player utilize the Kinect to take down bad guys. It doesn't have an intricate storyline or compelling characters, but it's perfect for honing one's marksmanship skills.
Man up and lean out before his foes could feel his retribution.
Who is this guy? He with you, fellas? Sir, you're gonna have to leave.
From a pure gameplay standpoint, Mafia is very similar to Grand Theft Auto. It's essentially about a man trying to make a name for himself in the world of organized crime by rising through the ranks. Its open-world gameplay style will be recognizable to fans of Rockstar games. However, since the game takes place in the 1930s, its time period is much more closely linked to Red Dead Redemption's world than Grand Theft Auto's. It's a period game that's as much about the time it takes place in as much as the characters.
There!
Get a better shot! Go! Gotcha! Why didn't we just rub them all out?
Indeed, sir. However, you might feel differently once you look behind you.
Red Dead Revolver might be a controversial addition to the list, as it may or may not be a part of the Red Dead Redemption universe. It is most definitely a spiritual successor, though. In many ways, it was Rockstar's trial run at making a full-fledged cowboy game. Red Dead Redemption would be on the horizon and blow everything that Red Dead Revolver was out of the water. but its predecessor should be praised for being a first step in the right direction that fans can still enjoy.
Come on, let's show them who's boss.
I wonder what's in here.
Desperados III is a bit different from Red Dead Redemption. Instead of an action-adventure game, it focuses on tactical strategy as the player has to clear enemies using stealth and teamwork. Obviously, both games share the cowboy setting of the Wild West. While Red Dead Redemption focuses on the later part of that era, as the age of cowboy lawlessness is starting to phase out, Desperados III takes place decades earlier, when the Wild West was still in full swing. It also serves as a prequel to the original Desperados game.
I gotta take them both down at the same time. Here goes. I got a bullet for you.
Had enough?
There are many things that can set the Fallout universe apart from Red Dead Redemption. First off, Fallout has a completely different setting as a post-apocalyptic wasteland. Also, Fallout is a first-person shooter that has a lot more great weapons and RPG elements than Red Dead Redemption. However, the spirits of Red Dead Redemption and New Vegas are more or less the same. Both involve taming an untamable landscape of the West while helping people along the way. They are two completely different experiences that definitely give off similar vibes.
Help you?
I'm looking for Jenny.
Before Red Dead Redemption's great characters came on the scene, Gun was the pinnacle of Old West and cowboy gaming. It was primarily an action-adventure game, and didn't have the same survival mechanics that Red Dead Redemption pioneered. Still, the game takes place in the heart of the Wild West, and was perfect for getting a gamer's cowboy fix in. Plus, it didn't hurt that the game had a compelling storyline and a cast of all-star veteran actors to provide voice-over work, including Thomas Jane, who played the Punisher at the time. After two successful games in the Wild West, Call of Juarez tried to switch things up by making the third game in the modern day. It was panned, and a reboot of sorts brought the fourth installment back to the Old West. This game takes place towards the end of that era, similar to what Red Dead Redemption tries to encapsulate. It also features a wide assortment of notorious individuals from the Old West, something that Red Dead Redemption avoided as a completely fictional world.
Finally, I found those boys. Or more precisely, they found me.
It's crazy. Curry asked me. Nuttier than a damn fruitcake.